I make a pretty good homemade burger with homemade burger sauce. So let me show you how. Starting with the beef mince into a bowl. This is just the non-lean beef mince. We want the fat. Then we're gonna go with some barbecue sauce, probably at least 3 tablespoons. An egg, if you don't have an egg, I've used oil, I've used mayonnaise. Yep, I'm gonna put mustard in a sec, but anything that binds. Mustard, garlic, seasonings of your choice. So this was about 300 grams of beef. If you need this to go further and feed more people, you want to add breadcrumbs. I'm just feeding 2 people, so I'm not gonna add any more breadcrumbs. The seasonings, I put enough in there for it to bind and soak and do what it needs to do. I'm just gonna stir this up until it is combined and giving wet. Not quite wet enough. I'm just actually gonna go in with another tablespoon of barbecue sauce. I'm really looking for like a particular texture. I'll show you when I get it. So it looks like this, and it's all very mushed together. Sometimes mince can be quite separated, but this is giving sausage mince, you know, it's all together. I don't know how else to explain it. They get put aside and husband is going to cook them on the barbecue, just smash patty stuff, and then put a bit of grated cheese on top right at the end, get a bit of cheese happening. Excuse the TV on the background. We are a raw onion on our hot dogs and stuff family. So if you don't like raw onion, I'd suggest putting this onion on the stove before you start your mince. So I'm just going to finely dice this. I bought white onions for the first time from somewhere else. Usually I get the big motherfucker Costco ones. Those bad boys are crazy. Obviously with eating raw onion, you want to just keep it fairly diced. I'm not about a whole round of raw onion in my shit, but I do have a tip actually. I've got some iced water here. I'm just going to put my onion straight into that iced water. It takes that real like slap in the face that onion gives you, and it's just got to sit in there for like 5-10 minutes. But if you are keeping the onions, if you don't eat them all, then I would suggest pouring that water out and putting them in the fridge, because that water stinks your fridge out. If you just whack it in a container, I don't know what happens, it still sits in a container. It's not a good time. There's that. And then I'm going to grab the pickles out and I'm going to start on my secret sauce. Okay, we want diced pickles into a bowl. This is very reminiscent of, what is it, Big Mac sauce. Just dicing up some of that white onion that we had in the bowl before, just want it even smaller. Then we want a couple of tablespoons of the pickle juice, and we want that because we need to thin it out a bit. Okay, 1-to-2 ratio of tomato sauce and mayonnaise. Let me open that. Okay, 1 part tomato sauce, 2 parts mayonnaise. And then we want to stir, giving chunky cocktail sauce, a couple or maybe just 1 tablespoon of barbecue sauce, a little bit of Worcestershire sauce, and then I added a little bit more mayonnaise. This is a different mayo to what I usually use. I don't know if I like it. Going in with spices, I've got onion powder, quite a bit of garlic powder, and dill. And then salt and pepper as well. All right. It's very tomatoey. Maybe I won't use too much tomato sauce. more dill pickly. This mayonnaise tastes of nothing. Patties on the pan. Okay, flip them and then just add some cheese on top. Make it simple. And done. Whilst you go through the motions with your patties, because I can only get 2 at a time in my pan, toast up your bread rolls, and I also have some chips in the air fryer for 10 minutes, so that's kind of how long that takes. The aim of the game is the cheese holds the patty together. Because the patty is so wet, it will break, but the cheese will bring it all together. It's delish and makes it really, really soft and real juicy. Chop up whatever sides you want to put on a burger. If you want egg, that's really good on it. But I'm very simple. Pickles, these are my favourite brand of pickle. They're the best. The sauce, the onion, the patty, the cheese, that's it. Sauce on all of it. There we go. There we go. Chips have got like 30 seconds.